So my name's John Grima of John Emmanuel Floral Events. We specialise in large-scale luxury weddings and events and have been doing it for quite a few years now. I have been in the florist industry ever since I was 13. So that makes it about 27 years now. So I've been, 27 years and still loving it. Still very passionate about the industry. And I've had experience in retail. We were in retail for about 15, 16 years. Yeah, and then we decided to just step out into the weddings and events industry and really push that. It's been amazing. My aunt and cousins are florists, and I used to go and help them on a Friday evening. They used to do weddings from home, and they started me out. I just used to prep flowers, wire flowers, started off doing little buttonholes and corsages, little flower gore posies and baskets and things like that. And that's how I got into it, and it's definitely developed a passion. So at the age of 13 I was doing that. I finished my year 10 certificate, and the next day started my traineeship. Well, I think Koch is definitely an industry leader. They have so many innovative products, always scaling new products, looking at what the industry needs, and able to deliver, which is really awesome. I support the industry by the way of masterclasses. So we offer a few masterclasses a year now, which have been amazing, and we've been doing it now for 2 years, and the response has been totally awesome. We also work with training institutes such as TAFE and allow their students to come into our workrooms and on our locations to do work experience with us. And it's actually quite honouring and inspiring, even for myself, to have students just come in and just get so much out of what we can teach them, and real life experience, which is amazing. So our masterclass is a 3-day intensive, and it's a total hands-on experience. So from creating elaborate centerpieces to smaller tablescapes to backdrops, ceiling installations, whatever we're doing at the time. But what it is, it's allowing other florists to come in and immerse themselves into what we do. We speak about design, we speak about pricing, logistics, business side of it, social media. So we go into all aspects of it within our masterclass. So it's a full immersion of what we do. It's a really great experience for smaller florists even who aspire to do the larger jobs, just to come and experience it. And the feedback has been phenomenal. I think education is paramount, honestly. Look, I was a self-taught florist for the first 8 years of my career, and it wasn't until I went and did formal education that I really learnt so much more, like in the ways of principles and elements of design, and all the little techniques that really allows you to perfect your craft. So for the basics, absolutely, I think you should be, doing a TAFE course if you want to get into the industry. But also, as seasons florists, we're always learning new things. So my thing is, if there's enrichment classes or master classes like what we're doing, or anything like that, I think even seasons florists need to get onto that and continually learn and improve themselves and improve the industry, I think. Definitely social media, and my style, I think, is probably more to the American wedding, the luxury American wedding. So I look to quite a few American designers for inspiration, and social media definitely, American weddings definitely, and also building on our own knowledge. So for me, it's about understanding their needs, what looks they're trying to achieve, and giving them what they want. So that would be my answer to that question. I think timeframes can be very tight. Sometimes with some weddings we have an hour and a half to set up a $30,000-$40,000 wedding. And $30,000-$40,000, we're talking flowers, not the rest of the decor. So timeframes, I think, is definitely a challenge. With fresh product, it's weather and conditions. Say for instance, my workroom is totally controlled, so air conditioned, cool rooms and things like that. But when on location, it's important that our weather and temperature is perfect. Otherwise we can have some dead flowers, or we need to know how to handle that situation. Yeah, but they're probably my two main challenges. Yeah, I think with the years of experience, there were a lot more challenges in the past. However, of late, we've worked them all out, and there's lesser and lesser challenges now, which is really, really awesome. Foam free at the moment seems to be massive, and on smaller scale weddings, that's fine. But you know, when you're doing large installations like us, and we have a few hours to get in, you know, we still use a lot of floral foam, and that is basically so we can get the speed, we can get the consistency as well. But definitely, I think a big floral trend at the moment is oasis free or foam free. Yeah. That's easy. My favorite part is when the bride walks into a reception room and sees it for the first time, and her reaction, it's absolutely priceless. You know, we pour so much into our weddings, so many hours making the flowers, but there's also hours that go in before we even touch a flower, like with the consultations, doing site visits, meeting with their wedding planners as well. Yeah, so weddings just don't happen. It's definitely a process, and when you put all that time into it, it's just, when you see your client's reaction, honestly, all the stress, the hours and everything just makes it worth it. Like, it's so rewarding. So the name of the range is under the same brand, so John Emmanuel luxury artificial range of wedding flowers. Okay, so basically the way this started was, we realized that 30 to 40% of our inquiries that were coming in were artificial, people asking and inquiring about artificial. So there's obviously just a hole in the market. There are a lot of people out there doing it, but we just wanted to do it the John Emmanuel way. So yeah, so we're really excited about it. And I think over the years, a few years ago, there was a bit of a stigma against artificial flowers. But now the quality has come so far, and we're going to see that a bit later on with what I use with Koch flowers. But now they're absolutely beautiful, and they're so realistic these days. Absolutely. I have a little bit of a snobby quote. You know, people who say less is more, I believe those who can't afford it. So, you know, it's a little bit cheeky, but look, with the top end weddings that we do, it's definitely not less is more. For me, in our style, it's more and more. And obviously with more, it is more, it still has to be done tastefully, and it has to be done a certain way. So while I don't believe less is more, right, when you're still delivering more is more, it needs to be done the right way.
John, thank you very much for coming in today.
Oh, my pleasure. Thanks for having me.